slept like absolute garbage last night. I mean, went to bed at about 9 o'clock with the plan of getting up at 5. And yeah, just couldn't sleep. Probably got to bed at about 1:30, 4 odd hours. Which is pretty rubbish. I was a bit concerned about getting ill. I've had 2 days of just riding zone 2, nice and easy on the turbo. Felt absolutely fine. But then woken up with a bit of a scratch, a significantly scratchy throat. So yeah, go down to the track today, see what I end up getting done. Also, front tyres not holding air very well. I pumped that up last night, and then it's feeling a bit soft this morning. So I reckon that's down at like 50 psi. So that's a lot of pressure. You know, still be able to get some good track time today. So head on down there, have a good session. But cards don't seem to be stacking in my favour to start out the week. But yeah, got that on this side of the tyre, and yeah, it's just not holding. I just checked the pressure. It was at about 60 psi, and I pumped it up to 100 a couple of hours ago. Maybe like 8 hours ago. So yeah, change that out change the TPU as well. There we go, and probably the TPU tube that failed, to be honest, because look at that around the valve. That's probably where it's gotten weaker and then losing pressure through that thinner surface. Tube almost feels like it's like stuck to the tyre. It's like almost glued in there. Camera's kind of rubbish. That extra stress on the tyre in the inner tube is probably, I imagine, what's causing it. I know that they should be holding pressure. Like, these are still, well, that's probably like 90 psi, 100 psi a week later, which is what I'm normally expecting. And I just took it out of the wheel back and was like, why is that so soft? But yeah, nice easy change. So onto a old 5K that is on its last legs as well. It's getting a bit flat, and then the inner surface is getting a bit flat. Still got a little bit of wear on it. And time I had a 1 hour run to Derby. Normally it ends up being like, oh, it'll be an hour, and then it's an hour 15 minimum. But yeah, clean run of it. Yeah, nice and early. Got half an hour before drop-in, and then 2 hour sprint slot. Throat's feeling alright actually. Did take some paracetamol, but obviously had my breakfast. That always helps. But yeah, get on in there and see how it goes today. Drop-in session done. Yeah, so got a good warm up in. But yeah, feeling a bit flat. I didn't feel ill, which is a good thing. Like no raspiness in the throat at all, which is good at least. But yeah, just feel flat. Feel just very laboured. Moving the pedals around, like doing some like 1 to 3k like thresholdy tempo efforts, and yeah, just feeling like really laboured, bringing up the power, but still a good warm up, and then just like set everything else up now, and then crack on with my sprint session. Where if I'm by myself, I'll do 5x3k, I reckon. If there's someone else there, I might end up doing my standard 5x2k. But either way, just get a good session in the legs on the track. Get that specificity, because that's the main thing. Like, the fitness isn't going to be unreal, but the main thing is just getting better at riding the track. That smoother lines, more efficient. Yeah. Also going to try maybe pushing in the bends deliberately a bit more. You experience a greater rolling resistance in the bends, and that's why your power curve should be like pretty spiky, i.e. more power in the bends to go at a constant speed, because you've got an increased rolling resistance in the bends compared to the straights. You have an increased rolling resistance in the straights as well because of the bank of the track, but it's less significant than the bends. So kind of learn how to push into the bends rather than losing speed in the bends. You're pushing on to maintain your speed, so kind of pushing the bends, ease off in the straights, pushing the bends, and see how that feels for the efforts. Breaks it up a little bit, make it into a spiky over undery session. But yeah, have a go at that, see what that's like. Not bad. Hey, bit worried about my heart rate because I only hit 171 during the warm-up. Normally completely unprovoked, I'll hit 175, just doing some thresholdy efforts or some longer bends at speed. Yeah, good session that. It was got five efforts on track. First one I just did 2k, went out a bit too hard to be honest. And then the next 4 3k efforts. So just letting the effort come to me. Like start out feels too conservative. The effort naturally just bites. And yeah, I'm dropping in from height, finding the right cadence. Feels too easy to start out with. Keep that rolling, pushing on in the bends a little bit, and then the effort starts to bite by the end. But yeah, really productive session that. First time doing 3k efforts. But yeah, teaching me pacing a little bit more and just having that confidence that to not go off too hard and kill myself. Good job. Threshold session today, just finished my sprints and some maximum fatigue test. Looking really good. Super cold today, but now I'm warmed up. It's nice on the turbo, not sweating my well, I am sweating, but it's actually cool in here. Yeah, really good set of sprints, cracking 1400 watts consistently. So yeah, again, either great sprint legs or kicker over reading a bit, but doesn't really matter which. Feel good. Do 3 by 14 minutes threshold, so 370 watts, and yeah,
Been getting some numbness in the left leg after my track session on Monday. Felt like I was maybe pushing a lot with the inside leg, and then my gym session as well. Like getting this numbness that I got after I crashed the bike last year. So like flaring up at the nerve, common peroneal nerve. So yeah, keep on top of that. But I think it's always what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep on top of the nerve to make sure it's not that it's functioning well, but then stress that leg maybe a little bit more to bring that left-right balance into alignment. So yeah, recover. If I can recover from getting that sore leg, then the left leg's going to get stronger and hopefully come into line with my right leg that kind of hard carries sometimes. If I had just a right-sided power meter, I reckon my numbers would just be so ridiculous, because it's like even without trying, it seems like the right leg just produces so much more power for certain length efforts. Spin out the legs for a bit now, do some threshold, then heat, hop off. Good session. Threshold was a bit harder than expected, and just about bash out 30 minutes of heat. This camera's rubbish. Whew. Camera's rubbish. Phone fails to convert the videos properly. Whew. Just another 2 hours, getting it done. God, the camera's so fucking shit. Always find myself like this at the end of a talk session. Well, midway through the talk session as well. Just don't show that. Collapse onto the handlebars. Good session that though. 6 by 3 minutes. Same power as last week. Left it at 440 watts erg mode. But cadence was a bit high for my 5 by 3 last week. Tried to make sure, keep the cadence around that 50 RPM. Reckon I managed that. Some were probably 51, some maybe 49. But yeah, good session, push hard. Proper track session on Monday, and then a couple of easier sessions during the week. Just some same intensity, so same intensity threshold and torque, just a bit lower volume. About 75% of the volume of work. Bit of a lower volume week, probably more like 10 hours down from 12, because my volume's pretty low at the moment. No need to cut it back too much, because tap away for 90 minutes, 2 hours on the turbo zone 2, like, still not a lot. And then next Monday, so Monday before Nationals, do a session on the track, but still quite hard, but a bit of an easier one. Bit of an openers ride on the Wednesday, and then see how we get on the Thursday. Whew. Good ride that, happy with that. Whew. Just come to the end of the ride. Hop off now. A little bit more, please. I mean, it's being it's a really dry winter. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more rain, please. Absolutely pissing it down. It's quite nice when I left my walk, but classic. That's what it's like living in UK.